Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're going to be doing this look right here. We're going to be testing a couple new products that I just recently got. I got the new Juvia's Place bronzer right here, duo, and the Danessa Myricks balm contour, and we're going to be testing out on camera the new Rouge Romance blush palette from Jaclyn Hill. We're just going to be using a couple older products that I've had in my collection for a little while. It's nothing new really in the eyeshadow department that I'm really super into. And that's really about all the newness that's in this video today. We're just going to chit chat a little bit, nothing too much, but a little bit here and there, and talk about the eyeshadow, which I think I'd go into like a little bit of a rabbit hole about the eyeshadow, I think, but we'll see. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. And if this sounds like something that you're interested in, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in just a second.
Start with that, so. Okay. Hey guys, so like I should have said in my intro, because I'm changing things up a little bit and starting with a full face as opposed to not having a full face already on. I am going to be doing an eyeshadow look and then just testing out some new products that I recently got. It's not going to be a whole face of new products. It's just going to be a few cheek products. I recently got the new Jaclyn Hill Rouge Romance blush palette. It is I think this one's the warm tone palette. Yeah, no, the cool tone. It has the really fiery shades. This one I really love a lot. So we're going to be going into this. I recently picked up the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour in medium 2. And then I also just today went to Ulta and picked up the Juvia's Place Bronze Duo palette in medium. So we're going to be trying that out. As far as eyeshadow, I'm going to be actually using two different eyeshadows that aren't new. I'm going to be using the ABH Norvina Volume 3 palette. I don't have the new one. I don't really need any more purples or hold on, getting my thoughts together. Any more purples or even lavenders. I really don't need them. I have a ton of purples and lavenders I can make in my own collection right now, and it just didn't interest me. And this is the closest one that kind of felt close to my t-shirt color. So I really wanted to do kind of like a peachy kind of look. If you haven't seen what this palette looks like, this is what it looks like. It's a pigment palette, so they can be a little bit difficult to blend. I also pulled out the Nikki Tutorials Pressed Pigment Palette, which I'll be mostly dipping into it with the look that I have in my head. Just the shimmer shades on this side. So I was thinking about this one or that one. So we'll see what I come up with. So that's what I'm planning to do. I won't be doing my foundation and a concealer on camera, obviously, or my eyelashes or lip. But I will I will list everything in my bio if you're interested, just if you want to take a look. So without further ado, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and start with C4, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the outer crease and move it into the center of my crease, and then blend slightly into the inner corner. I'll explain as I go. I'm not very good at explaining that type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into C4 with my Morphe M433 brush. Let me pat out these creases a little bit. And I'm using my P. Louise base in Rumor 2. I like to pack this shade on before I start to blend. But I'm not going all the way into the inner corner, just almost. I'm also gonna dip into, I think I kind of want to dip into C4, which is a kind of a reddish orange. This one right here. Oh. Okay. And I'm also thinking about doing that bright orange, but we'll see what we got. Happens. So I'm gonna take a clean M433 and dip into that C2 shade. And I'm going to do 50% on the color and 50% off the color. It's really, really pigmented, so be careful. And I'm using small circular motions to lay that pigment down. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go actually hit that the A5 shade that I said a second ago. I think I want to use a big fluffy brush. I'm going to do a Lunar Beauty LBE1 brush. See, it's nice and fluffy. And I'm going to dip into that C5 shade right there. Alright, I'm going to go back in and blend the colors, C4 and C2, and lightly blend back in, because it kind of feels like I didn't get what I was looking for out of those colors, which is fine, it's not a big deal. But we'll see. You know, it always doesn't look like you want it to until the end, so trust the process is what they say. So I'm going to go back in with C4 and deepen this up with my Morphe M433. Right now, if it looks patchy, I don't know if you can see it, like I have a lot of dry patches on my eye, on this eyelid right now. Ugh, it's freaking annoying. That's why I used the P. Louise base, knowing that I was going to go in with pressed pigments, because my skin is just so dry right now. Me a different look, because it's not necessarily coming out the color story in my mind that I had envisioned. So I'm gonna hit it in a second, see where I can mix it in and see if it looks better. So I'm just gonna go back in and do the C2 shade, and instead of going with the A5, I will hit the E3, and I'll point that out in a second. And then that's going to be 50% on that C4 shade and 50% off. And then now I'm going to go in with the that E3 shade right there. It looks like it's kind of the right color tone on my monitor that I see, so hopefully it looks the same on your end. Tap off once, and then I'm gonna just hit it right there and bring it into my inner corner. And just blend it all the way through. Not sure how I feel about this. But we're just gonna keep pushing through. Oh, my back is freaking killing me. Alright, I'm gonna go off camera and at least catch up this eye to this one and see if I can like finesse it a little bit better. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I caught up this eye and I definitely have to put in some work, and I had to go back and blend it a couple times to get what I was actually looking for, and it's kind of there, kind of not. I still not sure if I should take it off and start again. So I do feel like going in with that C5 shade was a mistake, and I should have just gone in with the E3, even though that they're not too different from each other. This just happens to be more peachy, which is what I wanted originally. But I still maintain that I needed the C2 shade to blend out the C4 shade, but I would have rather just stuck with the E3 shade just so there's a even more even blend with the E3 shade. So now I still feel like I want more depth in my outer corner, so I'm gonna take this black from the e.l.f. Truffles palette, and I'm going to be using a Lunar Beauty LBE5 shade. Alright, and I'm going to take the original brush I used, the Morphe M433 that I used, the C4 shade. I'm going to dip back into it, tap off, and then blend that a little bit, just to get the depth that I'm looking for. And it's harder to blend right now because my poor eyelid is so dry. And that black, this black is really pigmented. Like, that girl got pigment for $3. She got pigment. And I think I'm going to be doing a cut crease today, so I'm going to go back and add more depth here, because that's really where I'm looking for, just right in the back.
I'll be back.
So I'm going to go ahead and catch this eye up, and I'm going to go ahead and put on my cut crease, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. So my cut crease, I haven't done a cut crease in so long. I started working at this new store, and literally it's so stressful. Like, I can't do any colorful looks just because the atmosphere just doesn't allow for it, if that even makes sense. So I haven't done a cut crease in so long, and it's so super time consuming. So like for me, I'm like, does it really matter? Like, it's just a whole process in my head. So the cut crease is on, and it's fairly even. There's a little bit of unevenness, but it's not anything. And if you'd have to be like this close to me to really notice how that if it's a little not even. I don't know if that was English just now, but we're just gonna go with it. So we're just gonna go ahead and pick out what shimmer shades I want to use. I definitely want to use, I think I really want to use this Aura shade from the oh god, definitely using this Aura shade. It's absolutely stunning. Maybe I should have used this Zomer shade. Look how beautiful that shade is. You know what, let me just let me see if I have a small enough brush on my counter here right now. Let me see. Sorry. So I'm going to use this Zomer shade and just see if this it doesn't do too much, but whatever. Okay. Yeah, didn't really do too much, but that's fine. It makes me feel better. That's all that matters. I do really want to use that Aura shade and the frickin' this shimmer shades in this palette make this whole palette worth it. I'm gonna use the NYX mixing medium. I don't even know if they still make this. I got this forever ago. Alright, and I'm going to take my brush and lay it down where I want it. And right at the outer portion of my cut crease. Okay, I'm going to use my finger. Whose trigger do I want to use? Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Stop it. Stop it right now. Now, I've had this mixing medium in my collection for like over a year, and I've never dipped into it. I don't think that I felt like the shimmer shades were just good enough. Like, I don't know. I didn't know what to use it with. I don't know. And today I found it in my collection while I was organizing my drawers. And I was just like, you know what? Let me see what it does. And I was testing it out on a few shimmer shades. And I'm like, wow. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So I could blend a little bit better. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. So beautiful. It's 7 o'clock. It's supposed to be like really raining here because it's like we're expecting a hurricane, like winds, and well, there is winds outside but you just can't hear them, but hurricane like weather on this side of the coast. And I mean, it hasn't started raining, thank god, but we're supposed to be expecting that here soon. So I'm just keeping busy. You know, everybody has those moments where you know that you should be concerned, but you're not about the weather. All right, so I'm gonna take that mixing medium and do this eye real quick, and I'll be right back. So I forgot to press record when I was doing my inner corner. I took Pride and put that in my inner corner, but I was thinking of adding Roxy Catan on top, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to take my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH42 brush. She's a little, sorry, my hands are full of eyeshadow. And I'm going to go put that right on top and blend in that other shade. And it's not going to make too much difference, but it's just what I want to do. I think I'm going to try to fix this blend here and here a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put this away. So I kind of want to mix the C4 and the black a little bit together lightly. Alright. Perfect. Alright. I'm gonna go put on my foundation and then I will be back to do the cheek products. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, my eyes are almost fully done. I just need to do mascara and eyelashes, which I'll do at the end. And my foundation is on, concealer is on. I use the Tom Ford Traceless Matte Foundation in conjunction with the Hourglass Warm Ivory, Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation in Warm Ivory. I like the way this sits on my face together. This is the first time I've mixed these. This is very, very matte, but this is very emollient, so I figured they would offset each other really well, which I feel like they did. I don't actually care too much for this one because it settles in my lines really badly, so that kind of sucks. So that's why I don't reach for this one, but this one's really, really matte, so both of them should offset each other and give me the kind of finish that I like. I use the Jeffree Star Concealer in C13. I haven't used this one in a while, but it's been sitting in my collection for a little bit. So I wanted to try to finish this up. And now we're going to go ahead and go into the Nessa Myricks Balm Contour in Medium 2. I do like the packaging. This kind of reminds me of the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate, which I do own. It's definitely a little lighter, and the component's a little different, but it has a similar type look to it. Alright, my face is really itchy. My hair. Okay, so this is what the shade looks like. Obviously you can tell that I have swatched it. And then I'm gonna take my Luxie 512 small contouring brush. The dogs are all acting weird because of the hurricane, so my family's trying to calm them, and that's what you're hearing in the background. I brought this down a little bit too far, but I'll fix that. And there we go. Feels like it's blending out nice. I do like the color, so I picked a good color for my skin tone. Because I fall in the, I know there's a lot of light, so you can't really see. Hold on, let's see if I can turn down the lighting a little bit, because it's getting darker.
Hello, Slaker. Where's the little thing? Hold, please. There it is. No, it's not. Oh, here it is. So. Alright. So if you can see, it's a pretty decent color for me. In person it looks a lot better in person, but on my monitor it looks like I'm still washed out. But I'm not gonna worry too much about it because like in person it actually looks like a good shade. And it'll lighten up a little bit when I fully powder my face. But so far so good. It's not lifting up my foundation. I'm going to take my Laura Lee Los Angeles L16 brush and I'm going to just contour my lips a little bit. And then just alright, that looks good. Oh yeah. That looks really good. I really like that. That's really good. This is definitely, I'm liking this. I'm gonna see how this sits under powder. I'm gonna powder my face real quick. Then we'll jump into my last two newer products. Like I said at the beginning, the Juvia's Place bronzing duo in medium, and then the Jaclyn Hill Rouge Romance blush palette. And I will be right back. I'm going to powder my face real quick. Alrighty, so my face is fully powdered. I use the One Size powder in translucent. And we're going to go ahead and get into using the Juvia's Place bronze in medium. Like I said that a billion times. Alright, and so the packaging feels nice. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. Like, the artwork is absolutely stunning. I swatched this earlier today and I felt that it was kind of red, like it ran really red. So that kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see how it looks on. So face is fully powdered. I'm going to use my MAC 135S brush and dip into the bottom contour powder. Okay, it blended really smoothly. Looks good. I actually really do like it. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my BK Beauty 102 brush and I'm going to dip into the top powder. Nice. Okay. Let me turn off some lights. Alright, so now you can at least see what it actually looks like on. There we go. Oh, I took to turn off a full box light for me to be able to see exactly what's going on. I think that's as bright as that's gonna go. Alright, there we go. That looks really, really good actually. Blended really, really nicely. So I really like that. And you can see a lot more of what's going on. It looks really good actually. I'm really excited about that. So we're gonna go ahead and move, oh hello. go ahead and move into the Rouge Romance palette. And I definitely want to use the Tea Room shade and mix it with Fancy Pants, like this one and this one and these two right here. These are definitely my types of blushes. I'm Ever After. I can't wait to use that one. That looks stunning. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix Tea Room and Fancy Pants. Now this is very, very pigmented. I have used this in my own time. Ugh, it's so pigmented, but it's absolutely stunning. You can see all that pigment coming off right on there. Put some on my nose. Maybe I'll touch a little bit into this one and keep it more towards the back. So I'm going to tap slightly into it. Try to get off any of the extra excess. And put that towards the back of right up here, up. And drape it back. Alright. Looks good. Let me turn the lights back on. Looks good, looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and put mascara, lashes, and a lip on, and then we will go over final thoughts. I'll be back. Okay, and I'm going to use my Tower 28 gloss in almond. And we're just going to go ahead and finish the lower lash line together. And then we'll just talk real quick about the products. Alrighty. Ugh, I swear, I'm just so exhausted from my full-time. I feel like I'm barely able to focus. If I can get this open, I mean, that would be great also. Alright guys, so go ahead and take another Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH39 brush, and we're gonna go back into C4, and I'm gonna tap this off aggressively so because I don't want any fallout. I'm gonna start from the outer corner and put most of the pigment right back there and connect it to the upper lash line. Then drag whatever's left to the inner corner. So what do we think? I honestly, like I said at the beginning, I was like, it looks like crap right now, but I think at the end it'll come out the way I wanted to, and it did, thank God, because I was really worried at the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, ugh. So we're gonna just quickly talk over the brand new products that I used. Actually, not the new. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the eyeshadow palettes. So I honestly haven't used this palette since basically when I got it, and I don't even remember. I think this came out late 2019, something like that. Yeah. Like, no, early 2019, because mid 2000, I don't know, but it was definitely not in 2020, and I've had this for a while. I really hadn't used it, and actually it's phenomenal quality. Like, it's just intimidating. Like, honestly, it's very intimidating. And to be honest, some of these shades do really look very, very similar. The E2 shade and the C4 shade look almost identical. The undertone, this undertone is purpley. This one's more of a brick red. The E3 and A5 although this is more of a peachy orange, but this is more orange. They still almost come out identical on the eye, so that's frustrating. I probably would have wished they would have omitted or just chosen more diverse colors in this, even though, and it's still kind of hard to like create a cohesive eye look. You have to be very, very creative, which I'm really not. I kind of just like use my best judgment when it comes to creating eye looks, and if they're in similar story families, color story families, and most people you do that, but like even then I wish they would have set this up a smidge different, so it would have been easier to make cohesive eye looks. Also, the D5 and the D2 shade, this one and this one, are very almost identical, which is probably why I didn't pick up this palette that much, because it was frustrating because you're paying $60 for these specific palettes and there's still too many similar shades. But that's why I haven't picked up any of the other ones. I didn't pick up one or two because the story color stories didn't speak to me, and with that kind of price point, it just wasn't worth it to me. This one was more unique to my collection, so that's why I picked this up. And honestly, if you pick this palette up, which it's still available on Beauty Bay, the color, the shimmers, absolutely worth it. The reason to pick this palette up is for the shimmers. They're absolutely phenomenal, gorgeous, absolutely worth the price just for the shimmers in this shade, the palette. And I also support Nikki Tutorials, so I always want to make sure I support the creators that I really like if they come out with a collab, so I do try to do that. Now let's go ahead and jump into the new products that I picked up. The Danessa Myricks Contour Balm. Honestly, this is phenomenal, and I'm so glad Sephora started carrying her. She does have another bronzing cream, which I swatched, and I did not like the texture. It was like a moussey thing, and I was just like, no. It reminded me too much of that Maybelline potted, gosh, I don't remember what it was called. I knew it existed when I was like in middle school. It was that Dream Matte Mousse. Oh god, it was the Dream Matte Mousse. That's what it was. That's what it reminded me of. So when they got this one, I knew this one would be more up my alley. So I'm so glad I picked it up, and it's phenomenal. It blended absolutely phenomenal on my skin. I do think that using a brush to lay it down with, but then going over it with a sponge is the best way to utilize this product. And by the way, this sponge is by DSMD sponges, and their sponges are absolutely the most softest, squishiest sponges ever. If you're looking for a good price sponge, right here, guaranteed, you will not be disappointed. Okay, now moving into the Juvia's Place bronzer in medium. I am surprised. I did not think I was gonna like this much, not gonna lie. Like right now I'm going through a hard bronzer, like absolutely give me the bronzers, give me the blushes, give me the bronzers, give me all those things. I want these cheap products. And I debated back and forth honestly about picking this up because I just didn't think the shade would work for me, because I felt like this was almost too red, and this was going to be the only one I'd be able to utilize. And it almost like it was almost it just doesn't feel like I would like it, but then it went on the skin and it went on absolutely stunningly. So definitely give it a shot. I probably can use the light and the medium in this just based on just trying this out, because I am a light medium, but I do really like this. I love the artwork. I don't like the packaging. I hate the packaging. I really wish it would have been like a book, like almost like a book opened this way as opposed to this way. I don't like this, but I wish it would have been more book-like, if that makes sense. I would have preferred that, but that's just me being nitpicky. But I do like the packaging and that, so, and the Danessa Myricks, so I'm here for that. Let's talk about the Rouge Romance palette from Jaclyn Hill. 10 out of 10. 100%. I will absolutely use every single shade in this palette. I'm more of a like here all the way down type of girl. Like, I don't even know if I caught on camera, from here down type of girl. Like, these are more my shades. Like the berry one, the orangey. Oh, the orange one is my beautiful. These right here, I will definitely use these. I'm not really a pink kind of girl, but I'll definitely use that. I'll use it, but I won't use it that often. In this mauvey like blush, like nudie kind of blush, I'll use it, but just not as often as I will these other ones. Absolutely, I love the packaging. Like, this is a definite 10 out of 10. So out of these three new products, all of them 10 out of 10 would absolutely recommend. Sephora, you can definitely find this one. Ulta, I actually got this. It retails $18 and I picked it up for a little under $7. I used my points and a coupon, so definitely check it out. Save some money if you can. Everything, guys. And, I think that's everything. All right, so let's chat in the comment section. Do you want me to do something else? Like, what do you guys want to see? I do think I'm going to be coming out with an empties video here soon. I did do a Walmart haul video. I recorded a Walmart haul with new products, but I didn't like the footage. And I don't think I'm going to upload that one. I didn't like the products. I went into a whole like almost rampage about it. I'm like, how is this so expensive? And it shouldn't be for what these products are. I'll look over the footage, and if I really don't like it, I'm not going to upload it, but I'm still looking for new products in the drugstore. So, and I've been going to Ulta a little bit more frequently, seeing if there's more newer products. So I'll be on the hunt for that. Maybe I can do a drugstore haul here soon, but you let me know what you want to see. So I think that's going to be everything. Tell me what you think of my eye look. If there's something you want to see more in detail, or me go into more explanation about a cut crease, which I haven't done, and I'm surprised because I haven't done those in a long time, and it actually came out really well. I did use the ABH eye primer base, and this is just a mini because I don't use these things that often anymore. So like, I got this when I picked up the Amorisi palette, I believe. I think that's everything, guys. So let's have a conversation in comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.